Now we're rolling.
Now we're rolling.
Well, what's up, everyone listening? Thank you for listening. Oh, at the end again. We hope you kissed your mom at last week's episode. Just give her a big old smooch, so crucial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still don't know what happened there in that ending.
Well, good vibe, though.
Might as well.
Welcome to a new episode. What a week it's been.
Eventful one. Yeah,
definitely.
First week of 2021. And
really set the tone, I think.
Yeah. Welcome to season 2. This is kind of the downfall of humanity.
Oof. It's been your birthday this week.
Ooh, that's also true. The egghead's 21 now.
How about that? How did you enjoy your birthday?
I was very scared. I think 21 was the first age that I realized I'm getting older.
In what sense?
In the sense of whenever I had birthday before, I was kind of just like, nice. It's my birthday. I'm getting a year older, But this one kind of hit different for some reason. It's just like 21. Like that's adult, in the States even. It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I can imagine. Yeah.
So now I'm at a point where I'm like, then imagine it goes up now. It only goes up, then you're like, suddenly you're 28.
Yeah.
35, it's like, no. It's far away.
Some of our favorite artists, Lil Peep, Juice, never really made it past 21.
True.
So let's hope we'll make it to old.
Yeah, let's hope so. And I also got a great gift. I got the mouse pad the size of a cargo ship container from Jay. So my hand is well rested on this beautiful mouse pad. Thank you again.
All good. And maybe important for the podcast, I also celebrated your birthday. I came over.
Yes.
And we were supposed to do a dry January this month.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and on top of that, I didn't want to smoke weed for a week. Now, how did that go?
Oops. I don't know. It was I didn't even think of dry January. I don't usually drink that much, right?
Yeah.
So, and I was offered...
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah. I was offered Glühwein, and I'm like... Okay, I'm not going to say no to Glühwein on my birthday.
Glühwein doesn't make you drunk anyway.
Yeah, totally not. It just keeps you sober all day.
Yeah.
But some rules.
Yeah, don't want to sound like an alcoholic. I mean, I am, but I don't want to sound like one.
That's important. I don't want to, reputation to hold up.
But dry January, does it include dry white wine? London dry gin?
Exactly. It has dry in the name. Like that's just obvious.
But yeah, quick update. We filled already.
True, but maybe rest of January.
Yeah, I haven't drank since.
Though. Yeah, me neither.
Okay,
me neither.
Good.
I mean, it's been 2 days, so I don't know. It's a same situation with New Year's last week. Next episode, we back. Well, guys.
Oh, and I watched a really great documentary yesterday called Sour Grapes about a guy who faked expensive wines, and it really made me crave wine, but I didn't drink. So
oh shit.
Actually, this whole not drinking made me come up with 2 statements, and I want to hear your opinion on them.
Oh yeah, of course. Sure.
First one, it's not a party without alcohol.
That's a rough one. On one hand, I don't want to be that type of person who says, oh, you can have fun without having alcohol, but you can have fun without having alcohol, But I think just parties are very associated with alcohol.
Yeah, that was also my issue, because I would then call it like a hangout or a sit back or something, not really a party.
No.
Even when I don't drink, because that's the thing. I thought like, oh, I can drink at a party, but I do like it to get other people drunk. But then I realized, oh, that's still then alcohol at the party.
Yeah, that's true.
Or it needs to be a drugs party.
Yeah, I think it's called a bar mitzvah. But in general, I don't know if that's like, I think parties and alcohol just kind of go hand in hand, like the term,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Crazy how that's so normal.
Oh, in general, alcohol is so normalized in this society. It's crazy.
Okay, I had another statement because it made me
Aight.
think about your birthday.
Okay.
Alcohol-free beer is just as good as normal beer.
Taste-wise,
Just however you want to fill it in.
I would say taste-wise, I mean, I don't know when the last time is I had an alcohol-free beer, because I just prefer water then, like, it's just, you know. But overall, I'd say taste-wise, they're pretty similar. But, of course, beer is going to give you an effect, and that one isn't, you know?
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. I did a blind beer tasting test once, and
Okay.
I couldn't identify the alcohol-free beer.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
No, it did taste different, but I thought it was like an IPA or something. I really enjoyed it, but
It was a
it
shame,
alcohol-free,
huh?
so I never drank it again.
I really liked it, but I never
But
touched it again.
I talked about this with a friend of mine, and this is something I didn't think of. But what really helps is if you don't want to drink alcohol at a party and you drink like Coke or something, then
Yeah.
people are going to say like, oh, you should drink something, yada, yada, yada. But if you just have a beer bottle in your hand, even if it's alcohol-free, because people get drunk, they're not going to realize you're
Yeah.
drinking alcohol-free beer. So at least you don't have people nagging at you.
True, but if it does come out, then you look like a
Yeah.
like you're like, what are you drinking?
Beer.
My own piss. At this point, you know, just find out a lie.
Beer, but not really. And I heard, fun fact, that alcohol-free beer is one of the best sports drinks there is. Like better
What?
than like a Dextron or I don't know. These are
Yeah, I know.
Aquarius, like,
a
those brands.
Gatorade type
Yeah,
of shit.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't have that much sugar in there.
Okay, that's crazy. But isn't supposed to like sugar? Isn't that kind of reason sugar why you drink those?
Yeah, but this is also some sort of energy boost. And so it's actually healthier to drink alcohol-free beer than a Gatorade.
It'd be so funny. Imagine just like basketball, NBA just switches to alcohol-free beer. Everybody just has red cups. He's fucking chugging that shit at the sideline.
That would be great. I would love to see that.
Would make it better, man. Interesting take. Oh man, I also had an the other day I was thinking, since we have a Christmas hit song right now,
Oh.
Dirty Santa, I was thinking, are we just becoming a holiday rap group? And next song is just gonna be about Easter. It's just gonna Christianity hip hop.
That would be really pathetic with that tongue.
It's just Bad Bunny.
But then we also gotta include some non-Christian, like Hanukkah or something.
Oh yeah. Of course. We gotta diversify our
Yeah.
audience, you know? I mean, since we're also now available to listen on Indian streaming platforms.
Hello, from the other side of the sea.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Honestly, you can reach a lot of people with the internet nowadays.
Yeah. It's still just in general, it's so weird to me that technically, because we both have a phone,
Yeah.
anyone in the world can speak to us. That's still so fucking weird to me.
It is fucking
I
weird.
mean, most of the people don't know my number, but they can.
Yeah,
They can just type in my number accidentally and have a conversation with me.
that's true. I recently, I started to diversify a little bit on a good platform called Reddit. And
Where all the experts are, right?
oh yeah, everyone knows everything there, right? But what's interesting is that, of course, Reddit is, I feel like, the equivalent of some random person calling you if you have a conversation with a Redditor. It's a random ass person,
Sure,
right? You
sure.
never know what you're gonna get. So, but I started to like post a little something on Reddit for my Twitch channel or something, just to see if someone would be down to collaborate, right?
Yeah.
And I found this dude who's like an Albanian YouTube animator.
All right.
Shout out to him. But we're doing a video together right now. And
Okay, cool.
it's like a history animation channel, And we had the idea, since, I have this whole tarot card thing going on, that we look at the history of tarot cards, right?
All right.
Which I never really researched before, to be honest, right? But the reason why I'm bringing this up is I found the most interesting dude I have ever read up something about, right?
Hit me up.
It's this, I don't remember quite his name, like Mr. Crowley, I think, Aleister Crowley. He's like a British dude, very lot of money, right? So his whole thing is at one point, I think his real name was like Edward or something. And he's like, I don't feel like I'm Edward anymore. And named himself something different. Went to Cambridge, right?
Okay.
Then ever since he's 15, he just had regular sex with prostitutes.
Understandable.
Experimented a lot with with drugs and like all sorts of shit. Then wanted to climb mountains. Like just went to Japan, India, Hong Kong, just to climb mountains.
Does.
Yeah, exactly. As one does. Then he went to Paris and married the sister of a very famous painter, right? So he's also like very high in society for some reason. Then he founded his own religion, right? It just came to him like he was meditating, and he said an Egyptian god was speaking to him, right?
Uh-huh.
So that happened. And then he moved this whole cult to Italy. And then one of his cult members...
this is Mr. Worldwide right there, Jesus Christ.
I know, it's fucking crazy. Well, he moved to Italy, put the whole headquarter of the religion to Italy. And then one of his cult members during a ritual, I guess, died because of drinking cat blood.
Of course.
Yeah, as one does.
Yeah.
And Italy was like, no, and just banned him from the country. And then he was in Germany. He was kind of like alleged like a British spy, because he was also seen to run around with like British spies or whatever, right?
All right.
It's weird as fuck. The dude literally did everything, right?
Yeah.
And in mix of all that, he also wrote the first book of like tarot cards in like early Europe. It was like 1800 something, you know, which you think it would be older too.
Yeah.
Right? But it really isn't. But now the craziest thing about Mr. Crowley, right? You know, he is on the album cover of a Beatles album. He is referenced in songs by Ozzy Osbourne, David Bowie, and Led Zeppelin.
What?
I know. It's the weirdest shit.
And this is all historically correct. There are sources for this.
Yeah. Yeah, I read up on it today.
What the fuck? That's really crazy.
That is fucking crazy. So,
yeah. I don't know, man. Some people.
He definitely lived some life, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and he was also in a secret society, I think. Forgot that part. Like but he got kicked out because he was too sexual.
Of course. I mean, at this point.
I mean, what is it?
But that really is a crazy story.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
And how fun that you found it by accident.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Not like, really an accident, but it wasn't your everyday routine.
Yeah, it was like my birth, a planned accident. No, I don't know.
Do we want to address the thing that also happened on your birthday, the 6th of January, 2021?
Oh,
because we briefly mentioned it, but we didn't really go into it.
That is also true. I mean, it is wild.
The way I would describe it is the fall of the Roman Empire, but with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. 100%. It's so weird.
For people who don't know what we're mentioning, I can't imagine, but maybe they're listening to this at another point of time.
Yeah.
What are we mentioning?
Well, the Capitol building in the good old US of A. How do you call it?
The USA, United States of America.
Exactly. They got a little heated there and decided to say, you know what? Let's just go in that bitch, see what happens.
Yeah. And unlike Area 51, they actually fucking raided it.
Which is so weird to me. Yeah. How did that happen?
Yeah, they were just with a lot. Like they're just outnumbered. Which is also pretty funny because I think America spent like $750 billion in like military defense and shit, and then their capital gets raided by civilians.
That's pretty sad.
And I really liked because they had video footage from inside the Capitol, and you could really see the raiders like, yeah, and then they were in and they were like, yeah, what do I do now?
Makes sense though.
Yeah,
and they all looked so.
The guy with the fucking bison horns or something. There was Where was this guy when we raided Area 51?
Yeah, exactly, man. And that grandma that's been like all over social media, that meme.
Yeah.
Man.
But I think my favorite photograph is the guy stealing the stand. Like holding it. Did you see that one?
No.
I can just really describe it. It's a guy who steals the stand where they do the speeches at.
Yeah.
But he looks so fucking happy when he steals it.
I just saw the picture of the dude flexing in the statues, and like someone said he just went to the raid to get an Instagram picture, and it deadass looks like that.
I mean, some people, and someone was shot, right?
A worker, I think, like a woman who worked at the Capitol.
Yeah.
Which, one thing that really doesn't make sense to me, right? And I mean, it's been all over Twitter too. Uh-huh. And it's the whole thing of like, oh, if it wouldn't have been Trump supporters, they wouldn't have gotten in there, or race-related reasons, right?
Yeah.
And I think seeing how Black Lives Matters, like how that was fought from the US government, and that in comparison is kind of ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you let people storm the Capitol building.
True.
But if people are on the streets, like, protesting about, like, for a cause, so to speak, that's where you draw the line and you put the military on bond.
Yeah, that's really fucked.
It's kind of fucked up. Yeah. But I guess the president also, was kind of backing this for some reason.
He kind of called it, right?
Kinda.
He kind of, well, I think he asked them to protest, but he didn't necessarily ask them to raid the Capitol.
Yeah, okay, yeah, true. But weirdly enough, like, that's already fucking weird.
Yeah.
Did you see the tweet he put out today? I was laughing my ass off.
I think, but you have to...
He said, oh, by the way, since people have asked, I will not attend the inauguration day. No one expected you to. Fuck off.
I didn't see that. Oh, boy.
He's like, yeah, put that statement out, man. What reason for? It's weird as fuck, man.
Oh, boy.
It's always entertaining. And like at this point, it really feels like a reality TV show. Like
it's really just
bad
the world watching the states doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
I also saw some memes about like Al-Qaeda is now just letting US do its thing, and that's perfectly fine. That's their next plan.
That's very true, man.
This is the picture, by the way, that
I... He looks so happy. Does he have a Patriots hat on? That's kind of fitting. Patriots, let me walk this shit out of here.
This is really, really something that's going into the history books.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. On my birthday, man. That's nice.
You'll
so
always
nice.
remember.
Yeah, that was so weird. Oh, it's a weird thing.
Oof. Did you get the whole Kanye West rumors thing that went on?
Yeah, that he fucked Jeffree Star?
Yeah. These are one of those things where if you think about it, you'll know like it's probably not true, but deep inside you really want it to be true for whatever weird reason.
You really want it
like he fucked that alien.
I mean, it would be fucking crazy. Let's be real. If he did, though, I mean...
there are also rumors going on that he is divorcing Kim.
Yeah, I mean, that's secondary, but... Nah, I heard that too.
I mean, that can also be an indicator that something went on, that there was some foul play.
But I mean, I think they have been in a dilemma for quite some time.
Yeah, and it's fucking Kanye. I mean, with his fucking breakdowns left, right, and center.
It's also true. But it's also Kim K at the same. I don't know any of them.
I feel sorry for the kids because they do have 4 kids. And I also feel sorry for myself for knowing that Kim K has 4 kids.
And I feel sorry for Northwest, South, and East. Just quickly,
Oh boy.
Those are kids' names, right? All 4. Isn't it like North, Chicago?
I don't know the other ones. I just know North.
But wow. You know that she has 4 kids, but you don't know what their names are? Wow. Let me check. That's interesting though. Kim Kardashian kids. I hate that divorced Kanye is like the first thing that comes up. Holy fuck.
Mom, how did you get famous? The internet. And
okay, wait. I found a list of all Kardashian Jenner kids in order of their birthdays, right? So it's not just Kim and Kanye, but holy fuck these names. Okay. Mason Dash Disick, Penelope Scotland Disick, Northwest, Reen Aston Disick, Saint.
Someone is called Saint?
Yeah, Saint.
Oh boy.
Dream Renee Kardashian.
That one kind of stands out.
Yeah,
They weren't even trying for that one.
Chicago West, Stormy Webster, True Thompson, and Psalm West, like the Bible.
Yeah.
Ouch. If you're rich, you can really name your kid whatever. I mean, even Elon.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention Elon with his. I'm afraid if I say the name, shit will start floating around here. Yeah, it's just like a word spell. I don't know.
Yeah. AEX-11 fighter jet. I don't know, man. It's fucking weird.
But it's all the same to me. I actually something maybe even more historical happened than the raid.
Oh, what?
I agreed with Cardi B for once.
Oh shit! What'd she say?
Yeah, well, I'm not a fan of Cardi B, of her and her music. I don't know. I just don't really like it.
Okay.
But see, you do know her song, right? Wet as Pussy, WAP, whatever.
Oh yeah,
of course,
of course.
She was on Instagram Live and she was singing to it, dancing to it, vibing to it, and then her kid walked into the room and she quickly shut it off. Because she didn't want her kid to listen to it. Yeah. And Twitter went mad saying like, yeah, you don't even want your own children to listen to this music, but you let other kids listen to your music. And then she said like, yeah, the fuck? I mean, I make music for adults and it's your responsibility to take care of your kids and let them listen to it or not. And I'm actually on her side of this debate.
Yeah, 100%.
Same with Dirty Sanda, our song. I wouldn't recommend it to 5-year-olds.
I would play it at a bar mitzvah though.
But isn't but that's the weird line of social media. Is it our responsibility to not let 5-year-olds listen to that shit? I feel like it's the parents. And I feel like, especially with us, we made it, we gave it the label that is not for kids. And then if kids still want to listen to it, then... That's true. Then this is out of our reach. That's not something we can really help with.
Yeah, I mean, there's this the label for a reason, explicit content and stuff. Yeah. But on the other hand, I feel like it's tough to at this point restrict kids and what they're able to see or not see on the internet. Yeah. Because if you give them a fucking device, they can literally look everything up. Of course, you can child-proof everything, or you can only use child-proof Netflix or whatever. They can back off the remote. Like, you can't be there every single second. Yeah. And that's a tough thing, too.
Yeah, but I do feel like it's not the artist's responsibility, though.
No, that definitely
And if it happens, it happens,
Yeah, no.
And it also ties into the debate of video games. Most video games also have there's this whole debate, right? Video games cause violence, but most of them do have like a 17 and older rating. 18 and older rating.
Exactly. It's just played by 13-year-olds. Yeah. That's just how it is.
And I'm not necessarily saying video games are making kids violent or anything.
No, definitely not.
You're a gamer. What's your stand? Because there's
I'm violent. I mean, I don't know.
But on video games in general, because there are a lot of not boomers, but a little bit younger than boomers who are hating against video games.
True. And there's this whole debate, especially because of school shootings. Like, that's the whole thing, right? Because kids play video games and there's so much more school shootings. Oh, that has to be because of video games, Yeah. But I don't know. I think at the same time, I don't want to say that video games prevent anything, but I also wouldn't say that they push it. I feel like it's also just a way of expressing yourself or just diving in a different reality, so to speak. You know, I feel like everyone has that certain aspects of their life where they dive into because they want to escape reality.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, that's video games.
Yeah, and even I think like even in the end, if someone admits like, yeah, it was video games that made me violent, I feel like then already mentally there was something wrong with you and you were gonna turn violent regardless. Then you would have found it in movies and that would have been your inspiration then.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more still just the human's mistake and not the video game.
No, 100%
the video game.
not.
Oh, Joe Rogan made this very stupid argument the other day. he said like, I don't get video games. The youth is wasting their time playing video games. What if you just, you know, they should do jiu-jitsu? Out of all the examples you could have chosen, jiu-jitsu. Because, you know, then you learn some martial arts, martial arts. Martial arts.
Get money.
And yeah, you can get money because you can open up your own dojo and train other people. They're like, no.
I'm going to open my own dojo. That sounds sick though. I got to give it to him.
True, but how many people who do ninjutsu are actually gonna open up their own dojo?
That's a good question. I feel like more people are making money out of video games.
Exactly. That's also a very good argument. There are a lot of ways to make money off video games.
Yes.
And not just competing, creating video games. And that's a very broad sense because there are also people making music for video games, for example.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was a very stupid argument and he just doesn't get it.
Very.
And still to me, it's okay to have a hobby that you're not necessarily doing anything with. Because it's not really wasted time if you enjoyed it, right?
Exactly.
It's also so good to have some leisure, so I don't get that whole debate.
Yeah, that's true. I think if it's like the only thing you do, like video gaming without a purpose necessarily, then of course it's just like any other addiction. Yeah. Because if it exists, you can get fucking addicted to it. Like there's nothing that you can't get addicted
I'm definitely not saying video games are perfect and no one is addicted or anything. Yeah. It can be a problem, but don't agree how some, I would say, media that's focused at an older audience kind of frames video games to be this thing that it really isn't.
Yeah, but I think it's just pushing blame. I feel like if not to say that exactly that baby boomer generation is all they're doing, but I feel like pushing blame is definitely something we all are guilty of from time to time.
Oh yeah.
But in that case, it's just unjustified to push everything violence related. Oh, he played Call of Duty. He's a serial killer. I have an interesting thing about that, by the way. Right?
Right.
Serial killers.
Yeah.
I was always wondering, right? You always hear of these serial killers like, oh yeah, back in the 80s, back in the 70s, you know, like Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Yeah.
Why are there no serial killers right now that we hear of? Like I personally, I couldn't name you one that happened since 2000.
Yeah, well, I also think because it's just we are so much more advanced with DNA testing and that type of shit that really developed greatly over the last decade that you don't really get the chance to be like a real serial killer anymore because you're gonna get caught.
I don't know. I feel like people always find you too good. Yeah. Yeah.
Either the system advanced or the serial killers advanced. But still, then they do it without a pattern because else we would know that there's a pattern. And
yeah, but that's the thing. Because like, I feel like that's kind of like the nice stigma, like the romanticized stigma of serial killers, right? That they use this pattern and they had the motive or whatever you want to call it, you know? But it's just weird to me that ever since I can't name you any single one that comes up.
Yeah, Unabomber, but he only killed one person and he,
But I wouldn't call that serial killer.
No, because he technically only killed one person, I think one or two.
Yeah, but I mean, true. Yeah. But that was just always weird to me.
Yeah, that's true. And what fascinates me is that we know way more males who are serial killers than females. There are some females.
Yeah, 100%.
But less that we know of.
Oh, yeah.
So either men are just more likely to kill, or women are way better with getting away with it.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think men are more likely to kill just old habit-wise Neanderthal
Old
bullshit.
habits, I mean.
No, like primitive life, you know? I feel like men are hunters.
Yeah, and I think it also has to do
originally.
with men's libido. And
Yeah.
because most serial killers are driven by some sexual... Either
Also
something went wrong in their sexual upbringing, or they just have a weird sex drive that they think it's hot to slit someone's throat or something.
That's so weird, man. That's so
Yeah.
weird. But you're probably right. But I do think women have a way easier time getting away with shit.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
think that. It's always, you know, feminism. Feminism. Let's talk about it. You know, I feel like they're both sides to the story, you know? Gender equality is a nice thing, but we also got to acknowledge the bad things. Like we talked about it once before about, for example, the standard of consent, for example,
Mhm.
right? But I think at the same time, it's also important to see the reasons of like, you know, how many men are in jail in comparison to women. What is the suicide rate? You know, that's like, it's all those things where it's just very drastically one-sided in the man side. And that's something that's not talked about, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
And no women ever is like, oh, I want to work in a coal mine. It's not how it works, you know?
No. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But dangerous opinion.
Dangerous, I know. This is it's a dangerous podcast to have.
Yeah. Ooh, actually, in kind of that niche, I don't know if I'm stating this correctly, but everyone already knows about this podcast that you should fact check everything we say.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Netherlands were the first one to pass a law this week or last week that gives fathers of kids the same amount of rights of taking care of the kids as women.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But it's weird that it didn't exist before.
Yeah, and they were still the only country who has it.
The Netherlands.
Yeah.
The only country that has that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
That's so weird. But that's also, custody cases, also way higher.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to have an opinion in 2021.
But that's also, I think, just a very old-fashioned belief that kids should be brought up by their mom. And that's
yeah.
but maybe that's also a thing, a very dangerous opinion. I'm just going to say it, that some feminists don't want to change because it's kind of in their favor. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Why do you want to change something that you're in favor of? You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, I'm not saying it is that way. I'm just saying the possibility is there.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Okay.
But it's dangerous to have an opinion.
Yeah. Nice, you agree. So we both won't be there for the next episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in feminist jail. Maybe 5 years from now. Who knows?
Going into more rumors, The Weeknd.
Oh,
He,
okay.
I guess we got to go back to the Grammys of last year.
Yeah,
He wasn't nominated.
which is so weird.
Not his album, not his song, not his artist. Jack shit.
It doesn't make sense. The Grammys, like, I feel like all those LA awards at this point, I don't even know if Grammys is LA, but all those awards for like film and TV and stuff seem so fake.
Yeah. And actually last year, I saw a clip of that. Drake wanted to say something and they cut him off.
Yeah.
He had his acceptance speech and they just cut him off.
Yeah.
Went to commercial.
Yeah. That I saw that too. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. And so he did this whole face thing. So he tried to win a Grammy now, and he figured if he looks like Michael Jackson, he has a chance. Or what is his idea?
Actually, the rumor has it because he's going to do the Super Bowl. That's why he didn't get nominated for the Grammy.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's going to do
The
the
halftime
Super Bowl.
show? Oh
Yeah.
shit, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. So then he would be on the same network twice, and then you can have like a duplicate show, and I think the Grammys always want to have an exclusive show. So if you're also going to do the Super Bowl, then they're not going to nominate you. That's the rumor that's going on. It's really fucked, but now what he did
Makes sense.
yeah, for his song "Save Your Tears," he got this weird ass look, and before already he performed with like bandages on his face,
Yeah.
kind of showing that he had something done. And now he came with this music video with his whole face is deformed. But like the very LA exaggerated, but like the perfect jawline, big lips,
But
Kind of looks like handsome Squidward.
it looks like he has an Instagram filter on, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But he made it for his video, and it kind of showed he's performing in a very boring hall, and he's throwing away something that looks like a Grammy. So it's kind of showing, yeah, fuck, if you're not gonna nominate me, I don't wanna be one of those artists that exactly fit in your LA perfect dream character. Fuck that shit for a lame ass crowd, because that's also at the Grammys, the crowd, I don't know, it looks fake as hell.
Old.
Yeah.
It's money in the crowd.
So
That's all it is.
I feel like the music video was kind of a big middle finger fuck you to the Grammys.
Yeah, and people have been doing it. I feel like the Grammys are just sinking.
Yeah.
Sinking in credibility.
Yeah.
But I think so are multiple awards. I think Emmys are also kind of just at this point.
Oscars.
Oscars too. It's kind of like, oh, who's the best white actor this year?
Yeah. And then, we need to include some other race somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, best side character. I can go to a black guy. I don't know. It's a weird thing, man. In general, like gender, stereotypes, race, those award shows, they love it.
Yeah.
And at this point, which is also so shitty, it's good that we push for political correctness, so to speak, right? Everybody should feel respected and valued in the society we live in. But at the same time, I don't like it when series are kind of like almost force pushing it on you, right?
Yeah.
What I mean by this, my example, 13 Reasons Why. Right? It's like, okay, first of all, weird show. Okay, weird show.
But I liked it.
It has, it had some upside, but I mean, I also watched all 4 seasons, so I can't say shit. Is it 4? 3?
Wait, you have the suicide,
the
then trial,
which was the second one was definitely the worst.
Then the murder. And then the events after the murder, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So 4.
Yeah, okay. But in this
or did
show,
it end with the murder? I'm not sure. Well,
no,
it doesn't really matter anyway.
No, I don't. Actually?
Yeah, no, because the 4th season is about that they might find out that the one guy murdered them.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, okay. So, like, I think, yeah, okay. We good. It doesn't matter how many seasons it has, but I think that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, high schools are very diverse. First of all, no actor, like, you all are fucking 25, but that's besides the point.
That's always so fucking weird. I think that Asian dude was like 28.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just so, that show really felt like, oh, we have all these characters, everyone has a different race, everyone has a different sexuality.
Yeah, and then they realized they forgot one, so they added the black girl in season 3.
Yeah, which is, I don't know.
Ani, what was her name? I don't know.
Which was so annoying. I hated Ani.
It was none of her business.
No!
I spit on her.
Spit on Ani right there. Is honestly, I don't know, the whole show, very weird.
What I do appreciate it, they didn't really do it for the second season, but it didn't, because I didn't expect it to evolve the way it did. From a suicide, I thought it was going to be a very one issue. It's all going to be about Hannah who committed suicide.
Oh, that would have been so shitty.
Yeah, and they still kind of did it in the second season, where they had like the ghost version of
that
her
was so shitty.
chilling around. But they actually got rid of it, and they focused on the minor characters, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that part was good. Even though the last season also had some confusing shit in there, I gotta say. But you can say what you want to say. You know, I think they definitely made the money out of the show and the publicity that they could have gotten from it. So. But I don't think that show sends a positive message. You know, I think it was advertised as this, like high school thing, and like everybody, it should have a positive message. And I think it completely failed at that message. It's like, oh, you get glorified if you leave behind notes why you killed yourself and send it to people. That's just so fucked up.
It's really fucked up. It's glorifying suicide in a way that shows. I think for most of us, you're gonna have a way better impact. Okay, don't listen to this, and if you feel a little sad from time to time, maybe ask for help. But what the show is showing is you're gonna have a way bigger impact than you would have in your whole life if we just commit suicide and leave some weird ass notes or tapes right now.
Yeah, and you return as a ghost in season 2.
Yeah.
That's also,
Yeah.
you get a prequel to life as a ghost.
But that's not making people hide away from suicide, I think.
No.
Kind of
no.
showing the impact that it can have.
And how fucked up is that behavior? Like, that ass is like, I'm going to kill myself. And the 10 people, some of which did not have a single reason.
I want to prove my point.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drag as many people as I can into this.
Yeah. And it's like, she was in high school. Of course, she was mentally fucked up,
Yeah, else you don't commit suicide.
Yeah. But what was going on in her life, I feel like on a bigger scale, is not too uncommon. I mean, the rape was fucked up.
Yeah.
The rape is the one thing that was fucked up, but besides that...
fucked up. But it's something you... this might come off weird, but it's something you can overcome.
Yeah.
We've seen it with Jessica as well in the series, right?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work and it's not going to be easy.
Yeah. But there are ways out.
Yeah.
But I just think in general, except for that rape, I don't think the other people that were on those tapes necessarily had a reason why she killed herself. No. And it's fucked up that she made it about them and herself in those tapes.
Yeah, it's kind of dragging people into your shit. That was very unnecessary.
Yeah. And
especially Clay. She really fucked up Clay. Oh, come on.
Clay was a wreck. Clay, she fucked up Clay so hard.
And how was he a reason for her suicide?
I was so pissed about that. I remember that actually, because they were about to make out or whatever.
Yeah.
And she told him to leave, and so he left. And she then said in the tape, "Oh, you shouldn't have left. I didn't want you to leave." And it's like, that's woman.
Also very. That's really, really, really stupid. Because I feel like if you're gonna talk about that, a girl committed suicide. Partly because she got raped.
Yeah.
And then you have a guy listening to the consent where she tells him to go. Like, maybe I'm not comfortable today to do this. And he goes and then it's like, no, he should have come back. No. Yeah. That's the exact opposite.
Exactly. And that's why I think the show in itself, it was entertaining, but I don't think it...
Weirdly entertaining.
Weird, but not good entertaining.
No.
I wouldn't say it was so good that I was entertained. I definitely... I watched it for 4 seasons because I also like to give commentary on it. Yeah, it was that type of a show. Yeah, you wanted to say shit about it, Yeah. Which is not bad, but not the scene of a great show, I'd say.
Like Tiger King.
Yeah. Still best documentary. Let's see what happens in the documentary game 2021.
Ooh, yeah.
The Capital Rush. I don't know. We'll see.
Bison guy for president.
Man, we're also this year is gonna be weird. I already feel it.
I mean, if this is if this is how we started it, I mean, I don't
know. That is true. I'm also, we will probably, after this episode, we'll probably make a prognosis of what we think would have in 5 years.
And this is really going to be interesting with the start of this year.
Very. And we're also going to upload it in 5 years. That's another thing.
If the internet is still a thing.
If we are still a thing, who knows at this point, honestly.
We're not hunted down yet.
Yeah, if Hunter Biden doesn't send us any emails, then we'll see.
Yeah.
It's also weird to name your son Hunter. It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't like that name.
Hunter needs to be fed. It's kind of a disgusting sentence.
Yeah, kind of. And Hunter is just oh, you do business. I feel like it's the optimal, materialistic name for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird.
Definitely.
We live in a society.
We do be living in a society. That's always a crucial point in all of this.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh man.
What a start of 2021.
Man, what a start. And I don't know, we'll see how far it goes.
But hey, officially, it's now official that Trump is not going to be the president anymore.
I guess.
That was made official today or yesterday, right? That Biden
Yeah, I mean, he's not president yet, so anything can happen. I'm not. Look, anything that I read on the news nowadays is just like, well, we'll see about it, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting to check the news every morning. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, which is also this also brings us back to the old cycle. What news site are you on?
Yeah, I'm on the most typical Dutch news site with the knowledge that it has a lot of framing.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
And of course, you mentioned a social media platform with a lot of scientists and experts. I'm also on 9gag. And, you know, you can see a doctor, but you can also just go to the comment section. That's
the same thing.
Better even.
Oh man, it's fucking.
How do you keep up to date?
I also same things. I guess also definitely scientists of Reddit. And I hate to say it, but I think social media is just nowadays really a lot of where you get your news from, just from people talking about certain things. You just stumble across a certain topic, I guess. Yeah,
I stumbled upon one today. Interesting thing. The Earth is rotating faster than it ever did before. And it's rotating so fast at the moment that we're going to have like a negative leap year, maybe.
What?
Yeah, days are shorter now because the Earth is spinning faster. So maybe in a year we're going to have like a negative leap day.
What the fuck? That sounds kind of terrifying. Like, I don't know. I don't like that's changing, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. And I'm also kind of freaks me out because I don't know enough about it.
No.
Like how this happens. How does the Earth start turning faster?
I have no idea. But in general, I also got to say, of course, you're being taught the same thing in, you know, like science or whatever, you know, like, oh, the Earth is round and it spins, you know, but like, I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't felt it. Like, to me, it feels flat.
Oh,
Flat Earth Society confirmed.
now that I said I didn't see it with my own eyes, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Remind me of a very interesting graph I saw this week. It was a graph of miracles that were reported and some inventions of the time.
Okay.
I saw a lot of miracles were reported before the camera was invented, and then it went down.
Yeah.
And then Photoshop was invented, and then it went up again. Deadass.
Surprising graph right there. But that's a good point. I feel like also those UFO sites and UFO landings were all in the 1980s and stuff, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, it always happens like at night somewhere in a secluded area.
Yeah.
The perfect scenario. It's never, I think I mentioned this before, like never on the beach on a summer holiday or something.
No, never. Why would it be?
Yeah.
But then again, if it's like aliens, I feel like maybe they want to stay away from society, you know, all those different aspects.
There are some different theories on alien life. Either that we live in a totally different time zone, or that they're just not interested in us. And they're smarter than us, so we're not going to find them, but they're just not interested.
Yeah, that could also be. I also read an interesting, I think 2020 also had a lot of very interesting news that came along that weren't really paid attention to, like Pentagon confirming aliens and stuff, you know? Then the whole
and
third dimension, like different dimension, like parallel dimension.
Yeah, and there was another unifiable object that was reported. That was like officially reported, like, hey, there is this object in space and we don't know the material and it has a weird shape, so it's not an asteroid or something.
That's also weird. You know what I also always wondered? How do they bring satellites in the sky?
Yeah, you yeet them up there.
How?
Slingshot. No, it's like...
It's like
isn't it like a jet that goes up and then drops it in?
I don't know.
But I mean, it's kind of like a rocket, and then just the engine stops working, and then it floats.
True, but like I feel like how many satellites are up there?
I know
a lot, right?
Oh, fun fact: they're gonna make satellites out of wood because of space debris.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna make them out of wood
That's we're kind of going back at this point.
Yeah, it's evolving just backwards.
Just like our society. Yeah, cool. It's a nice thing though.
Imagine how fucking weird that looks.
I don't know, but I don't know shit about fuck. You know, it's like, I mean, even the whole science.
Can I quote you on that? I don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah, you can.
Nice.
But it's a weird thing, you know. Like I really realized I don't know shit about life.
Yeah.
Like science, I'm not smart, you know. We really just are idiots with an opinion.
Yeah.
And some people out here like working their ass off to just use their intelligence for a greater cause, and then we're just chilling and call each other intelligent for some reason, or at least some people.
And it can be really frustrating.
Definitely.
Because you can train your brain, but we also both know that we're never gonna be some rocket scientists.
No. Some people actually have both, which is crazy. Like grips. I feel like things that don't go hand in hand, right? I feel like rocket scientists wouldn't be athletic. just as of course the stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
But like it's a stereotype. But weirdly enough, there's an NFL quarterback who spends his summer working as a rocket scientist at NASA, which is kind of like the hardest flex ever. Like,
jeez, I can't even imagine that he has some sibling. How can you live up to that?
Exactly.
Like, parents are not supposed to pick a favorite child, but then you kind of know.
Oh, well, he's getting $10 million a year playing in the NFL, and then in his spare time, he just does some little rocket science on the side. It's just like, fuck.
But I'm doing honest work.
But I'm posting regularly on Instagram.
Yeah, but I'm a Reddit scientist, so technically.
Have you seen my Reddit karma?
Boys, off the charge.
The amount of upvotes I get on 9gag, you have no idea.
Just making memes about his brother.
Johnny, low-key good marketing though. Eventually,
if shit gets memed, it's the best marketing you can ever have.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel forced.
Yeah.
Use memes as marketing. Marketing 101. Also here in the podcast, you know?
Didn't IKEA also do this last year, where they advertised a bed that was didn't absorb water, and then it said Happy Valentine's Day.
What the fuck?
There's this subreddit called They Knew, I think.
Okay.
And it is all of those advertisements where it looks like an accident that you're kind of like, yeah, you knew.
Yeah, 100%. And ads are getting smarter.
Oh.
Ads are getting smarter.
Yeah.
And ads are fucking everywhere.
Except for the fucking Dr. Phil one on YouTube at the end of the episode. Those are so fucking annoying.
What?
It's fucking long, and it's just Dr. Phil looking at you with his bald head and just yelling at you, literally saying, I know you want to, just do it. And you're like, no.
Do what? Subscribe? Or
yeah,
what?
subscribe.
Oh.
As if he knows what it is, you know.
I hate that. Also, like all those late night show hosts that are on YouTube now. It's like, subscribe to see more of the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
Every YouTuber, look at chart. Look at this chart. That's like the most simple Google Forms chart that you can just fucking make it however you want it to. Yeah. Look at chart. Yeah. Only 10% is subscribed. What? Look at chart.
All of you are watching, but none of you are subscribing. Was it fucked up that I did that in Indian race?
No, we're just gonna ignore that.
Okay, cool.
No, shout out to all Indians to help me to get through all Adobe programs.
100%.
All those tutorials.
Piximperfect. I don't know if he's Indian, actually. I shouldn't say that. But he a G, man. He a G.
Oh boy.
Also think Indians are... I love the accent. I think it immediately can give them humor to it in a good way.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of Indian comedians.
Aziz Ansari?
Yeah, and more. Yeah. You know, I feel like it's an up-and-coming branch because like that accent adds to your performance. It is a benefit. Low-key, it is. It is. So, shout out to all, every Indian watching. You know, I'm jealous of your accent.
Yeah. Please teach me, master.
Exactly. That's how we gotta do things. We're 53 minutes in, which
Already?
podcasts are time's flying, man. And I guess
So we finally get to say thank you for listening.
exactly. Kiss your mom.
Yeah. Kiss your mom. Look at Graph.
We see so many of you are listening, but not subscribing. Or
Please.
following.
Yeah, following on
I
Spotify.
don't know.
Or on YouTube. We're also on YouTube.
And on Ghana. The Indian
And
stream.
we know we only get like 3 views on YouTube, so really feel like we're talking to you right now.
Yeah.
You know,
You watching.
you watching.
If you made it this far though, like all of you, low key, like we've been doing this for like 9 episodes. I think this is the 9th, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And just shout out to you, man. Just really,
Yeah.
shout out right in, going along the journey. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, and we're still excited to see where this goes, and we'll
Yeah.
gladly take you with us.
Yeah, exactly. We hope you have a great day and see you in the next one, which will be in 5 years.
Might as well.
Give it to them.